Hey folks, okay, so the next thing I wanted to upgrade on the Catalina here was the window on our door. It previously had that weird like 70s bubble window stuff, which was great for privacy because no one could see in or out of that thing, but that was about as good as it got. I like seeing out the windows of my trailer, but the biggest thing was there was no way to shade the glass. So when the sun's coming up at like 4:30 in the morning, it was always such a pain in the ass. We had to like wedge a towel around the door frame or something and shut the door with a towel over it just to cover the window so we could, sleep in a little bit in the morning. So I ordered this one's from AP Products, came off of Amazon. It wasn't expensive. It was a really easy install, even for someone like me who doesn't like reading instructions. So a couple of things. Here's my old window. It was just this terrible like bathroom glass. Anyways, the first thing they're going to tell you to do is tape the old window to the door on the outside of the door so that it doesn't fall out when you take it apart. I don't know how necessary that was. I didn't do it because I was too lazy, but it has this like sticky gasket all the way around it, and you actually had to pry that thing off the door, the door frame, the outside of the door to get it off. Like, it was kind of a pain in the ass. So I don't know. Maybe you need to, maybe you don't. When you're taking off the inside, this is the interior part, what you're going to be fighting against. So I watched a quick video. It said it came with they had some little white clips that they slid in above the frame. So all the way around the frame here, there's these little clips and they've got little notches. And what you're fighting against is these things. I was trying to like push on them to try and just like wedge it out. But what they actually need to do is spread apart. So you need to get something in there to spread those apart and then kind of just work your way around the frame. And I just went kind of all the way around. I cut some little wedges out of wood just to like slide in and hold the frame out, and just worked a little tool in there to spread those little clips apart, and eventually it all popped apart. It was really easy. So that's out and done. And then this one went in. It was really simple, stock. The instructions are actually very short, so I did read them, and it went together just like it was supposed to. It looks stock. It comes with a whole bunch of screws and some extras. And the one thing that I was worried about when I first put it together was there was some gap between the frame and the outside of the door here, and also the frame and the glass. It's all got that same sticky foam gasket in it, but I was worried about that gap. But when you do tighten up these screws on the inside, that all squeezes together really good, and I'm really confident it's a really tight fit. Like I say, it looks factory. It's really good. The only thing that I'm not that pumped about is one-handed operation of the shade. Now the shade's all inside. You do have to read the instructions to figure out how to mount that in there, but once you actually look at it, it's really simple. But the shade's got a little wiggle to it, and so one-handed operation, you have to kind of be aware of that, and so you can't just pull down on this flange. It's not going to move. You have to kind of tilt it up and move it down, and then the opposite, you have to tip it the other way to slide it up there. Not a big deal, you get used to it, but just that one-handed operation, a little tricky. But now I can see out of my window. It's tinted, which is nice, so it's not that easy to see in, especially if it's darker inside than outside. You'll never see through it. But in the morning, this will be down, no lights coming through, blackout, nice blackout shade. That material actually matches inside the Catalina. It's kind of a tan color, but exact same shade style. It's perfect, really happy with it. I would do it, thumbs up.